Let's start with some Trump.
Oh, man.
All right, why not?
He's a whack job. Trump calls George Conway husband from hell and says Kellyanne helped deny him Justice Department job. But combative lawyer tells president, you are nuts, and releases letter showing he turned DOJ down. So, interesting thing about all this is that, Kellyanne Conway, big Trump supporter.
She's like one of his
key
biggest
figure in the White House.
She's a fucking tick, dude.
ball
But
washers.
her
too.
husband does not care for Trump, and in
Clearly
fact, publicly feuds with him on a somewhat regular basis.
I mean, he's now engaged in this silly, attempt to diagnose mental illnesses in
yeah,
Trump.
he sent him a screen cap of the DSM on narcissistic personality disorder, and was like, do me a favor, Trump. Tell me which one of these criteria you don't meet.
Dude, you know what?
And in fairness, they all did sound
See,
like
if
that.
Trump wanted to pwn him, he could have just sent a list of mental health professional credentials and say, which one of these criterias do you meet, you fucking retard?
That would have been a good response.
That'd
But
be smart,
That would
though.
require Trump to be
Right.
clever, so that's not going to
true.
Dude,
happen.
but remember, when a bunch of fucking atheists called out organized religion and said, some people said, oh, look, these people are mentally ill. It was like, wait, what? How can you say that? And now they're doing the exact same fucking thing, but with Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump is crazy.
Wait a minute. Do you
Oh,
mean
yeah.
to tell me people are hypocrites?
Yeah, here we go again.
I'm afraid to inform you, TJ, that people are in fact
Wow, I did not
hypocrites.
know that.
Old hypocrisy.
So
rears her
let's
head.
take a look at Trump's tweet to George here. He said, George Conway, often referred to as Mr. Kellyanne Conway by those who know him, is very jealous of his wife's success and angry that I, with her help, didn't give him the job he so desperately wanted. I barely know him, but just take a look. A stone-cold loser and husband from
How
hell.
are these people still married?
No, here's the
That's
thing.
bizarre, dude.
Like, how is one of them still working for Trump? Like, part of Kellyanne Conway's job is hearing, horrible shit like this said about the man that she goes home and eats dinner with every night.
Does it kind of lend credence? I mean, at first I was kind of like, well, this just kind of lends credence to the pageantry angle. Like, this is all just
This is a
big
little different.
pageant. But, if it was a pageant, you would never write this.
No.
You would never create this situation because it's weird and embarrassing.
And there's really no explanation for it other than the fact that what is portrayed and what comes out of Kellyanne Conway's mouth is carefully calculated nonsense. Otherwise, nobody would work like Scotty. If you had a job and every day you walked in, your boss was like, "Taylor's a cunt. Fuck your dumb bitch of a wife. She's a whore."
Yeah, would you
Right,
keep that
you'd
job?
be fired for assaulting
Yeah.
your boss. You
No
know,
problem.
Like nobody puts up with that shit except for in politics, because in politics it doesn't really matter. Kellyanne Conway doesn't give a fuck about Trump.
No.
All right, so George is like, bullshit. You didn't turn me down for no job. I turned you down. And
Oh,
he-
shit. Okay, here's the clapback.
He sends
dude.
this letter. This is a copy of a letter he sent to the president and the White House back in May of 2017. Dear Mr. President, I am profoundly grateful to you and the Attorney General for selecting me to serve as Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Division of the Department of Justice. I have reluctantly concluded, however, that for me and my family, this is not the right time for me to leave the private sector and take a new role in the federal government. Kellyanne and I continue to support you and your administration, and I look forward to doing so in whatever way I can from outside the government. Most respectfully, George T. Conway III.
What changed? What changed?
I think a couple of months worth of Trump. I think probably.
Yeah, I mean, I think that probably
Well,
this is
clearly,
just a polite because, look,
Yeah,
if you
of
really
course.
think that the Trump presidency is going to be successful and awesome, of course you're going to take a cabinet position when it's offered to you.
Why wouldn't you?
But when you see it, just like, okay, this is going to be a boondoggle clusterfuck from hell, you're just going to say fuck that. And I think that's what really happened here. If
It was a calculating move. He was like, "We've already got one Conway on the inside. Let's keep one on the outside, so that
and so no
soft
matter what,
landing."
we'll butter our bread on both
If you
sides,
saw-
basically.
If
Yeah.
you went to the article, if you bring it back, it actually says that when James Comey was fired is when he was kind of like, whoa, okay. Like,
I mean, that was really the red flag for a lot of people. That
Right,
was a
so
weird
let's take a look.
move.
It says here, he said he withdrew from consideration after Trump fired his FBI director, James Comey, a move that led to the appointment of special counsel Robert Mueller. I'm thinking to myself, this guy is going to be at war with the Justice Department for the next 2 years. I'm not doing this, Conway said.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Trump caused there to be a special investigator? Are you saying that?
No.
No, it was a witch hunt.
It was a
from
witch
the
hunt.
get-go.
They just wanted to fuck with him.
So
A total loser.
yeah, he tweeted out the whole thing with the DSM and stuff, and
It really is the stupidest thing Trump could have done, firing Comey, if you think on it. Because it's just like, from the most layman perspective you can come up with,
which is basically what this show's all about.
Yeah, right. If a dude is being investigated for something and he didn't do it, how does he act? He goes,
I'm innocent.
investigate away. Here you go. Here's all the documents you wanted. I'm fucking it. You know what he does when he's guilty? He fires the dude investigating him.
Yeah, you're
You're
fired.
fired. Go away.
Go
Die of AIDS.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't
Bye-bye.
understand any other spin on that. I know there were probably political people in Trump's ear. I don't think that was a Trump-only decision. I don't buy that.
I'm of course.
There were probably people going like, Mr. Trump, you
I
should
mean,
do this. You should
even
fire
Trump,
Comey, fire
hims-
Comey,
even
fire
Trump
Comey.
himself, when he defends the firing of Comey, he's like, I was told by several people to do this, and they all
Right.
and some of them, I guess, turned against him afterwards. So he's upset about that.
But it's just a
everyone
bad-
wanted Comey gone until I got rid of him, and then all of a sudden they love Comey.
Well, look at Trump's
Fuck
initial.
them.
Look at the cabinet he came into office with versus the cabinet he has now.
I mean, it's
It's
not even the same.
musical chairs, dude.
Like, I just
and that
wish-
happens to some degree with every administration.
Sure, but the Trump a position in the Trump administration is so
it's
volatile.
it's a
God,
revolving door, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I just wish I could be a fly on the
Kellyanne
wall.
must really suck that dick good to fucking
Oh yeah, she's
still be
I
in
mean,
there as her
watch-
husband disparages him publicly.
Watch any fucking goddamn interview with Kellyanne Conway, and you'll see it. God, it's really hard to think and talk with Scotty sucking a fucking phantom dick over there. I was just like, how do I get through this thought? Oh, yeah.
Ah, Trump.
A show for sophisticates.
Well, if it was a Trump dick, he'd be more like,
Yeah. Little pair of tweezers.
yeah.
Maybe Trump's dick is huge. You guys don't
It's
know.
huge.
You guys
a
don't
joint.
know. It's a huge
It's, like,
Well,
it's
I
like
mean,
his third arm or
The few-
something.
somebody that definitely does know says it looks like a mushroom in the forest.
There you go.
So-
Paul, I pulled one just for you,
Hey,
buddy.
thanks.
I pulled a story just for you. In U.S. presidential race, how old is too old?
You know what? Who wrote this?
This was written by Michael Mathers.
He's a scumfuck. This is a forbidden topic. You don't bring this up. There is no upper limit to when you should start to worry about when the president can be mentally or physically capable of carrying out one of the most demanding and stressful jobs in the world. You don't ask this question. You don't ask this question.
All right, so let's see the.
You don't ask this question, TJ.
I understand, Paul, but this guy did, so let's see what
No.
he's going to say. No? You think
No.
No?
You know what, TJ? If
What?
a fucking 250-year-old man in an iron lung wants to run for the president, I'm comfortable with that.
Me
He's
too.
just as capable. Just as capable as any other person.
Did he have polio and shit?
Yeah,
Why
he's got
is it-
polio.
Oh, shit, okay.
He's got, major dementia. He thinks he's a fucking Martian that lives on fucking planet Xenodroid. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no upper age limit. And in fact, there's no lower age limit either. I'm a radicalist on this, TJ.
Yeah.
5-year-old can be like the
If we're not
president,
going to
dude.
say that at a certain point it might be smart for us to say that this person's too old to handle the stressful position, then we shouldn't say that there's a point where it's too stressful for a kid. I say let 2-year-olds run for the fucking president.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, according to this recently released Emerson poll, the front runners in the Democrat Party as of now are Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, who are in a pretty much a dead heat right
Sure.
now. And they're both in their 70s. Joe Biden 76, Bernie Sanders 77. So that's why there's kind of a renewed sort of like interest in this topic.
It's
like,
more than that, though. The last presidential
and of course
election,
Trump himself is
Right.
74 at this
So
point.
Trump himself is the oldest president ever to take office.
And if either of these guys were to take the presidency, they would be the
And if
oldest.
his opponent had won in 2016, she would have been the oldest president ever to take office. So there seems to be a trend now in American politics that has now spanned 2 election cycles.
The older,
where-
the better.
It's like we don't have any young, bright, fresh-faced politicians here that are, there are younger people on the list here.
Yeah.
But it seems like the American people are intent on electing their great-grandfather or great-grandmother to the presidency. And I know, I get told all the time when I bring this up, that age doesn't necessarily mean that you've lost your quickness, that you've lost your ability to think, and that you've lost your ability to deal with stress.
What's that, Sonny? You're going to have to speak up, boy.
But there is, I don't think I'm fucking wrong in saying that as you age, people tend to slow down mentally,
I think we should nuke the
Cognitively.
moon.
physically, and that is really, like, especially like 77, I think most people would agree is a time where people should be looking to looking to take
Slow
things
it
a little
on
slower
down.
because their minds aren't working as good as they used to, their bodies aren't working as good as they used to, and then we're taking a person
The
like that
sick ageist ravings.
who's
of
10
Paul's
years
ego.
plus beyond the retirement age, and we're putting them in the most stressful position on the planet.
Fucking mad right
The
now.
most
TJ.
consequential position on the planet.
TJ, try to talk me down right now from this fucking edge, dude. Because Paul, look, you can say all this shit. You can fucking dress it up and say, look, there's scientific studies and shit that show people have mental decline, all that bullshit. All your fucking bullshit facts.
Yeah.
You fucking hate Bernie Sanders. That's all it is.
I
You
don't
hate
like
him.
Bernie. I actually like Bernie.
You just
I think
fucking
he's
hate
great.
Bernie. You know what? Trump's elected. Paul's like, let Rome burn. But fucking Bernie, we have a chance, Paul.
Boo, Paul,
We have a chance
boo.
for real change. And what do? You're against it.
Yeah.
Paul, you sicken me to the core of my being, sir.
Well, why? I support
No.
older the better. You heard
No.
me earlier.
No.
You're being facetious.
You heard my
Paul.
position.
You're being facetious. No, you're wrong. Paul
We shouldn't
wants
even
a
talk about
2-year-old
it.
in office.
We shouldn't even talk about. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because age,
just said it, Paul.
age
You want
is
a
just a
2-year-old.
number. Age is just a number. If there's a 2-year-old that wants to run, and the American people think a 2-year-old should be in there, I'm fine with it. Let's do it. Do away with the age limits.
Nap time for everyone.
Or
Nap time for all.
or we could just say the retirement age, no presidency.
Dude, and-
65. No.
Applesauce should be mandatory.
Retirement is
in
a
every
lie.
building in the U.S. and should be free.
Yeah.
Because think about that. A 2-year-old president, they're going to want to eat applesauce.
Well, it looks
Our
like for the
80-year-old president-
foreseeable future, there's going to be a lot of free applesauce being passed out in our
Let's
White
have it,
House.
man.
Yummy, yummy.
A lot of prunes,
Yummy, yummy.
a lot of
Might-
fiber con in the morning.
Very bland diet, too, like toast.
Mr. President, did you take your fiber supplement this morning?
What? Who?
Who? Where? Who? What?
Shut
Who's
up.
talking? Who's yelling?
I don't need this.
Who's yelling?
Silence.